Little Johnny spends the entire match sneaking around, hiding in bushes, dumpsters, and even inside a prop disguise, avoiding every fight. As the final circle closes, the last two opponents eliminate each other, handing Johnny an unexpected victory royale. His hilarious victory dance proves you don't always need skill to win, just patience and a good hiding spot. Little Johnny's triumph fills the screen as the Victory Royale banner lights up, signifying his unexpected win. His friends burst into laughter, supporting his joyful victory dance that reminds everyone that sometimes the best strategies involve clever hiding and a bit of fun. Little Johnny throws the ultimate birthday party for his dog, complete with decorations, treats, and a tiny party hat. He excitedly presents a special dog-friendly cake, but his pup dives in before Johnny can even finish singing Happy Birthday. Laughing, Johnny sets up fun games like fetch and a mini obstacle course, while his dog enjoys every moment. As the party winds down, Johnny gives his furry friend a new toy, which instantly becomes the dog's favorite. With a wagging tail and a belly full of treats, Johnny's dog ends the day as the happiest birthday pup ever. The backyard transforms into a playground of joy as Johnny's laughter fills the air, encouraging his pup to take on the challenges ahead. With each successful jump and dash, the bond between them grows stronger, showcasing the true essence of friendship. Later, they settle down on a cozy blanket, surrounded by the remnants of their festivities, both content after a day filled with love and laughter. Little Johnny decides to let his dog control his entire day by giving him two choices for every decision. In the morning, he holds up two outfits, and his dog hilariously picks the silliest one by touching it with his paw. For lunch, Johnny lets his dog choose between pizza and a salad. Unsurprisingly, the dog picks pizza, making Johnny cheer. Later, he even lets his dog decide whether to do homework or play outside, and of course, playtime wins. By the end of the day, Johnny realizes his dog might just be the best decision-maker ever. Little Johnny smiles, appreciating the joy and silliness his furry friend brought into his life today. He couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of letting his dog make the choices, knowing it led to an unforgettable day. Little Johnny was convinced he could climb the tallest tree in his backyard to get a better view of the neighborhood. With a boost from an old crate, he scrambled up branch by branch, feeling like a real adventurer, until he looked down and realized he was way too high. His confidence quickly turned to panic as he clung to the trunk, yelling for help, but too embarrassed to admit he was stuck. His dog just wagged its tail below, and his little sister laughed, offering no rescue. Eventually, his dad came outside, shaking his head with a grin, and said, "Next time, Johnny, maybe plan how to get down before you go up." Little Johnny's dad stands at the base of the tree with arms crossed, wearing a playful smile as he watches his son, who is still clinging to the trunk, looking both sheepish and relieved. The sun sets in the background, casting warm golden light over the backyard, highlighting the old wooden crate that helped Johnny up the tree and the colorful flowers blooming nearby. Little Johnny was determined to bake the best cookies ever, so he grabbed a mixing bowl and started tossing in ingredients, without measuring anything. Flour covered the counter, sugar spilled onto the floor, and somehow, an egg ended up cracked on his head. When he finally put the dough in the oven, smoke started pouring out, and the fire alarm blared through the house. Panicking, Johnny grabbed a towel and fanned the smoke, only to knock over a bag of chocolate chips, sending them flying everywhere. As his mom walked in, staring at the disaster zone, Johnny grinned sheepishly and said, "At least the cookies have extra crunch now." Despite the chaos, laughter filled the kitchen as they shared a moment of joy, knowing that even mishaps could lead to sweet memories. Little Johnny wanted to make the biggest, bubbliest bath ever, so he dumped half a bottle of soap into the tub and turned the water on full blast. Distracted by his toy boat battle, he didn't notice the water rising higher and higher until it spilled over the edge. Within minutes, the bathroom floor turned into a foamy ocean, and water started leaking into the hallway. Panicked, Johnny grabbed every towel he could find, but it was like trying to stop a waterfall with a paper napkin. Just as he thought he had it under control, his mum walked in, gasped at the mess, and Johnny quickly said, I think we need a bigger bathtub." Johnny's mother stood in the doorway, her eyes wide with shock as she witnessed the bubbly chaos that had unfolded in the bathroom. The little boy's innocent expression, mixed with fear, conveyed a silent plea for understanding as he sheepishly scratched the back of his head, trying to explain how his grand idea had turned into a messy disaster. Little Johnny was determined to stay up all night, armed with a flashlight, a pile of snacks, and his favorite comic books. At first, he felt like a champion, watching the clock tick past his usual bedtime while munching on chips. But as the hours dragged on, his eyelids grew heavier, and the shadows in his room started looking a little too creepy. He jolted awake at one point, convinced he heard a monster, only to realize it was just his own snoring. By morning, he woke up on the floor, drooling on his comic book, realizing his all-nighter had ended at 10:30 p.m. As the morning sun flooded into his room, little Johnny blinked in disbelief at the mess around him. He rubbed his eyes, still trying to comprehend how his heroic quest to conquer the night had resulted in a chaotic sleepover with himself. Laughter bubbled up as he thought about his brave battle against imaginary monsters, realizing it was all in his mind. With a stretch and a yawn, he resolved to try again another night, maybe with a little more strategy next time. Little Johnny was having a wonderful time playing with his new puppy, when suddenly his phone rang. It was his friend Little Jimmy calling to chat about their weekend plans. After the call ended, Johnny turned his attention back to his puppy, only to find a puddle on the floor, realizing that his playful friend had an accident. In that moment, Johnny learned an important lesson. He needed to put his puppy in its cage whenever he left the room to avoid accidents like this. With a determined smile, Johnny placed his puppy in the cage, ensuring it felt secure and comfortable each time he had to step away. While playing Fortnite, little Johnny finds himself in an intense final circle against a fully armored opponent, dodging every shot like a pro. With only 1 HP left, he lands a perfect headshot with his last bullet, securing an epic victory royale. His stunned reaction, complete with wild cheers and disbelief, makes it a moment to remember. As he jumps out of his chair in excitement, colorful streamers cascade down around him, illuminating the room. The Fortnite victory screen flashes before his eyes, displaying Victory Royale as the thrill of winning grips him.
Little Johnny lands at a busy point of interest in Fortnite and grabs a perfect disguise, a prop bush. As enemies swarm around, he stands completely still in the open, blending in flawlessly while they run right past him. Just when they least expect it, Johnny springs to life, taking them out with a well-timed surprise attack. After his clever surprise, Johnny dances with joy, knowing he has outsmarted the enemies. Suddenly, a treasure chest appears, full of wonderful surprises, making Johnny's victory even sweeter. Johnny opens the treasure chest, revealing shiny loot, and his friends gather around, celebrating together. As the sun sets, Johnny and his friends play together, making more unforgettable memories in their colorful world. Johnny shares his loot with a friend, and they all gather for a fun picture in front of a giant Fortnite statue. They jump with excitement, celebrating their adventure together under a beautiful rainbow in the sky. Sitting on the grass, Johnny and his friends enjoy snacks and share laughter while telling stories about their amazing day. Little Johnny was playing OG Fortnite with his friends, but he died to a hacker. He reported him and went back to the lobby. When he got back, he played another game and won with a crown. Little Johnny couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the victory screen. He jumped up and shouted, "I did it! I won!" Little Johnny danced around his room, feeling so happy. His friends cheered and clapped for him on the video call. Johnny felt like a true champion in his Fortnite shirt. He looked at his favorite poster and knew he could keep winning. Little Johnny woke up on his birthday to find his house decorated with colorful balloons and streamers. Surrounded by his friends and family, he blew out the candles on his chocolate cake, making a big wish. The day ended with laughter and presents. leaving Johnny with memories he would treasure forever. As the sun began to set, Johnny felt grateful for the wonderful day he had. He looked at the pictures and smiled, knowing this birthday was one he would always remember. That night, little Johnny went to bed with a big smile, dreaming of all the fun he had. Little Johnny woke up early on Christmas Day, his face lighting up as he discovered a mountain of colorful presents under the glowing tree. He tore into the wrapping paper with excitement, revealing the shiny red toy car he had been dreaming of. Laughing and playing, Johnny spent the day surrounded by love, joy, and the magic of Christmas. As the sun set, Johnny felt grateful for all the love and happiness that filled his home. He gazed out at the beautiful snow, feeling the magic of Christmas all around him.